Yes, may I start? Yes, am I audible? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, good afternoon to one and all. Last class, we have seen that I think two-phase three-wire system. Just introductory part we have studied. Okay. So, today we will continue from that only. Okay. Two-phase three-wire system. Okay. So, as shown in the diagram, there is two wires and their common or the junction point is taken as a third wire. Okay, and it is treated as a three wire AC system with the two phases. Okay, so see over here the voltage between the neutral wire and the phase wire is Vm, that is what the maximum AC voltage, and the current flowing through the individual phase is I8. Okay, so as per the previous procedure we have to find the load current as well as the current flowing through the neutral wire. Okay, so see over here the third or neutral wire is taken from the junction of two phase winding whose voltage are in quadrature with each other. So remember this point, in case of the two phase winding whose voltage is in quadrature with each other. Quadrature means what? The phase difference between them is 90-degree. That is nothing but the quadrature with each other. Okay. Obviously, each phase transmit one half of the total power. If we consider the total power which is to be transmitted through this system is P, uh, so individual phase will transmit one half of the total power. Means what? P by 2, it is the total power transmitted by the one phase. Okay, so means what? Out of the two phase, one phase which will be exactly half power that will be transferred by the individual phase. Okay, the RMS voltage between the outgoing conductor and neutral is measured and which is treated as uh, 2 Vm by root 2. Okay, this is what the RMS value of the voltage. So next, the current flowing through the each outer, or we can say that the phase wire I8. Okay, since it is the eighth case, that's why it is I8. So expression for the current flowing through the phase I8, which is equal to what? As I said earlier, the individual phase or the conductor, it will going to transmit the half of the total power. That's why while deriving the expression for the load current, we have to take the exactly half power. So P by 2 over here written as P by 2. Okay. Uh, and as we know that P by 2 divided by Vm by root 2 into cos phi. This is what the required expression for the current flowing through the individual phase. Okay, if it is simplified, we will get the P by under root of 2 Vm into cos phi. Okay, so finally equation P by under root of 2 into Vm cos phi. Remember these formulas, very important while solving the numericals. Okay. Next, current in neutral wire. Remember this. Current in the neutral wire, it is what? It is the RMS value of current flowing through the phase wire. Okay. The total amount of current flowing through the phase wire, if it is I8, individually, if you want to find the current flowing through the neutral wire, it will be a RMS value of total load current. Okay, that is what root 2 into I8. How it will be found means what? Under root of I8 square plus I8 square. Okay, 2 into under root of 2 into I8 square means what? Root of I into 8. Okay, so remember this for numerical purpose. Okay, assuming the current density to be constant, the area of cross section of the neutral wire will be a root 2 times that of the either of the outers. Okay, am I audible? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
assuming the current density to be constant, so current density it will plays very important role while calculating the area cross section. So throughout the finding the various expression throughout this whole unit, we have to remember this point. the current density considered to be a constant. Okay, if it is the voltage is constant and the resistance is constant, means what, there will be a constant current density will be observed. Okay, so next, resistance of neutral wire. Okay, so resistance of neutral wire, it is what, 1 by root 2 times of the phase wire. Okay, so simply, uh, as per our syllabus concern, there is no need to prove why it's so, and 1 by root 2 times of R8. Okay, so simply we have to remember the formula for the resistance of neutral wire with compared to the phase wire. Okay, as we know that the resistance of the phase wire is R8, so by knowing that one, we can easily find out the resistance of neutral wire by just dividing the root 2. Okay, remember this point. So R8 is equal to what? Simply rho L by A8. Okay, but the resistance of neutral wire, it will be 1 by root 2 times of R8. Means what? Finally, rho L divided by root 2 into A8. Okay, so line loss is equal to what? The summation of uh, phase wire loss and neutral wire loss. Okay, so we have to take the addition of these two terms. Okay, so over here the two phases are there, that's why I'm sliding my arrow pointer. 2 into I8 square r into R8. Okay, and in case of the neutral wire, the line loss for the neutral wire, it will be under root of 2 into I8 whole square divided by R8, sorry, into R8 into root 2, means what? The resistance of neutral wire. Okay, so finally we will found that by simplifying that one, I8 square into R8 into bracket 2 plus root 2. Okay, means what, the total line loss will be 2 plus root 2 into I8 square into R8. Okay, so simply put the value for the I8. Okay, I8 means what, the load current value we have to substitute over here. Okay, if it is substituted after simplification, we will directly get the formula P square rho L divided by 2 into A8 Vm square cos square phi into 2 plus root 2. Okay, so by rearranging that one, we can easily find out the area cross section. Okay, just simplify it. We will get the area cross section for the phase wire, which is equal to what? P square rho L divided by 2 into W into Vm square cos square phi 2 plus root 2. Okay, this is what the required expression for the area cross section of the conductors. So next, once we know that the volume area cross section of the conductor, we can easily find out the volume of conducting material required. Okay, so see over here, the volume of conducting material required, it will be also affected by the volume of conducting material required for the neutral wire. Okay, if we want to find the volume of conducting material required for the two phase 3 wire system, we have to combinedly find the area volume of conducting material required for the neutral as well as phase wire. Okay, in this supply scheme, only one neutral wire is there and the two phase wire is there. That's why we have to find the volume for them separately. Okay, and added up. Okay, so 2 into A8 into L, this is what the volume of conducting material required for the phase wire, and root 2 into A8 into L, it is what, the volume of conducting material required for the neutral wire. Okay, so see over here, the finally we will get A8 into I into bracket 2 plus root 2. Okay, and just put the value for this A8 from the above equation, which is equal to what? P square rho L square divided by W in 2 into W into Vm square cos square phi into bracket 2 plus root 2 into whole square. Okay, if we simplify this numerical terms like that, 2 plus root 2 into whole square and this divided by 2, we will just get the simplified value, and our duty is to find the volume of conducting material required in the form of K. Okay, so find out the 2 plus root 2 whole square divided by 2. What is the value for this one? Anyone? 2 plus root 2 whole square, which is equal to what? 4 plus 2, how much? No, under root of 2 plus 2. How much this one? Just calculate it. This bracket we have to simplify it. 2 plus root 2 whole square. What is the value for this one? Means what? 4 plus, yes, find out. What is the value for this one? Yes, 2 plus root 2 into whole square.
11.65.
Yes,
11.65.
11 point.
65.
Whole means what? By dividing 2.
Two
Yes.
two man divide फक्त स्क्वेअर केलं 2 plus 2 2 plus root 2 whole bracket स्क्वेअर केलं फक्त डिवाइड बाय केलं नाही थांब बस.
ते कसं केलं तुम्ही ए प्लस बी होल स्क्वेअर नुसार केलं की डायरेक्टली 2 प्लस रूट 2 होल स्क्वेअर कसं केलं ए प्लस बी होल स्क्वेअर काय असतं त्याचं लॉंग फॉर्म फुल फॉर्म काय त्या
A square
एक्सप्रेशनच्या पुढे
A
ए
square
स्क्वेअर
is equal to
प्लस
2ab
टू
plus
ए बी प्लस बी
2
स्क्वेअर
plus
yes
b
or no
square.
by using that
Yes.
formula we have to simplify it once.
एक मिनिट.
How much? And just divide it by 2 after getting the value. Okay, a square means what? 4. I think 4 plus 2a means what? 2 into root 2. Okay, plus 2. 4 plus 4 into root 2 plus 2. 6 plus 4 into root 2 divided by 2. How much answer will be? 3 plus 2 root 2. What is the value for the 3 plus 2 root 2? Yes. Yes, tell me. Into bracket 2 plus root 2 whole square divided by 2 by using the a plus b whole square formula. Yes, tell me. Yes, anyone?
Divide by 2 करायचं.
Yes,
Divide by
yes,
2
yes.
करायचं का?
Because this is a multiplication, that's why we can directly divide by 2. Okay, multiply it.
4.41.
4.41. 4.414.
1/4 ते पुढचं कन्सिडर करायचं का?
Yes, yes, we have to consider it because of 3 decimal he has considered over there. That's why we have to remember. 4 point, tell me
4.41
4 point
4.4142 असे
4.412.
41.
Okay. Yes. Yes or no?
हॅलो
Yes.
4.4142 असे येत त्याचं.
4142. Okay. Once again, I will repeat. 4.4124. Like that answer. Anyone tell me another one? Yes. Tell me. Roll number 1. Tell me. Yes. What is your answer? Yes. Tell me. What is your answer? Roll number 9. Tell me. What's your answer? Four 4.4142. Roll number 31. Okay. So, but our expression we required the volume of conducting material in the form of K. Okay. So, in order to get the 4 in multiplication with the 4 P square rho L square divided by W into Vm square, what we have to do then? Yes, tell me. Yes. Yes. By doing what we can get the volume of conducting material required in the form of K. Value for the K is what? 4P square rho L square divided by W into Vm square. Yes or no? So how it will be converted into K's form? Tell me. Means what? We can write over here 4.412, or what is answer? All of you got the same answer? Yes? Yes, I am asking all of you people. 4.4142. This one is the final answer? Yes? Yes, tell me. Yes. Yes, tell me. Yes, tell me. Am I audible? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So how it will be converted into case form? Tell me. Yes. By dividing and multiplying, what value we will get the case value over there? Tell me. Yes. Yes, tell me. Yes. No one is there. This one is the simple calculation. You have to do that one. Okay. So volume of conducting material required is what? 1.457 into K divided by cos square phi. Okay. So by comparing with the two-wire DC system, it is found that volume of conducting material required for this system, for this means what? Two-phase, three-wire system. The volume of conducting material required is what? 1.457 divided by cos square phi times of two-wire DC system with one conductor earthed. Okay. So be remember that this formula is very important. Okay. So next, three-phase three-wire system. Okay. This system is almost universally adopted for the three-phase system. Okay. Up to this point, we have seen that single phase, two-phase system. Okay. So three-phase system, three-phase AC system, it is most universally adopted for the transmission of electrical power. Okay. The three-phase, three-wire system may be star connected or delta connected. Okay. Just wait, I will resume. Yes. Am I audible now? Yes. Yes, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So three-phase system is almostly universally adapted for the transmission of electrical power. Okay. Three-phase system generally star or delta connected. All of us very well known about that system. Okay, star and delta connected system. Okay. So the below circuit diagram shows that a three-phase three-wire star connected system. Okay. The neutral point is formed by junction of three phases. Okay, and this is grounded by using the ground wire. Okay, so the RMS value for the per phase, okay, which is equal to what, Vm by root 2. Okay, so see over here, the maximum voltage between the any phase out of three phases with respect to neutral wire will be Vm by root 2. Okay, remember that Vm by root 2. So the power transmitted per phase is equal to what? P by 3. In case of the two phase three wire system with neutral wire is there. Okay, into that the total power transmitted per phase, which is equal to what? P by 2. Okay, P by 2. So in this case, the power transmitted per phase will be P by 3. If it is total power by transferred through this three phase three wire system, it will be 3 P, means what, per phase power transmitted, which is equal to what, P by 3. Okay, so remember this. This is the ninth case, that's why I9 will be a load current. Okay, and Vm it is what, the maximum voltage between the any phase with respect to neutral wire. Okay, so similar fashion we have to find out the load current. Okay, per phase load current we have to find, means what, we have to consider the per phase power transmitted and per phase voltages. Okay, so remember that RMS voltage value we have to consider over here. Okay, so see over here, the per phase power transmitted will be a P by 3, and voltage per phase, which is equal to what, Vm by root 2. Okay, so simply just to find out the load current from the active power formula, which is equal to what, P equal to Vi cos phi. Okay, over here from this formula, I9 will be P by 3 divided by into bracket Vm by root 2 into cos phi. Okay, the finally we will get the load current root 2 into P divided by 3 into Vm cos phi. Okay, let A9 be the area cross section of each conductor. Okay, so line loss will be W, which is equal to what, 3 into I9 square into R9. Okay, over here 3 is multiplied because of 3 wires are there. That's why the individual line loss of per wire or the per phase will be added up to find out the total line loss. Okay, so just simplified it. Okay, we will get the finally 2p square rho L divided by 3 into A9 into Vm square cos square phi. Okay, so by rearranging that one, the area cross section will be A9, which is equal to 2p square rho L divided by 3 into W Vm square cos square phi. Okay, 2p square rho L divided by 3w into Vm square cos square phi. Okay, area cross section, remember this. Once we know area cross section, volume of conductor required is very easy, because of volume of conducting material required is what, area cross section into length of conductor. Okay, so over here 3 wires are there, that's why 3 into A9 into L. Okay, length of conducting material is L. Okay, that's why. So finally we will get the value for the volume of conducting material required. Okay, just to simplify it. Okay, we will get the volume of conducting material required for the three phase three wire star connected system, 2p square rho L square divided by W into V square M into cos square phi. Okay, so simplify this equation in form of K. Okay, 2 into P square rho L square divided by W into Vm square cos square phi. Just we have to um, by multiplying with how much we will get the value for the k. Okay, tell me. Yes, how you will simplify it? Yes, 2p square rho l square divided by w into v m square cos square phi. How it will be simplified in terms of k? Tell me. Simple calculation. Yes. Just simplify by multiplying and dividing with 2. We can easily simplify it in terms of k. Okay. So 1 by 2 means what? 0.5. And this 2 into 2 means 4. Okay. Means what? 4p square OL square uh, divided by 2 into W into V square M cos square phi. This 1 by 2 means nothing but 0.5. And 4 into P square OL square divided by W into Vm square is nothing but what? K. Okay. That's why 0.5 K divided by cos square phi. It is the value for the volume of conducting material required in terms of K. Okay. So from this above expression, we can conclude that the volume of conducting material required for this system is 1 by 2 times, we can say that, or 0.5 divided by cos square 5 times that of the 2-wire DC system with one conductor earthed. Okay. So remember this is very important. Okay, because of it is almost universally adopted three-phase system. Okay, that's why it is important for the transmission purpose. Okay, for the distribution purpose, three-phase four-wire system is used. Okay, three-phase four-wire system is used, and three-phase three-wire system is generally used for the transmission of electrical power. Okay, so next I can say that it is the last case of AC supply scheme. Okay, or it is the seventh type of three-phase AC supply scheme. Okay, so this is what the three-phase four-wire system. In this case, the fourth or neutral wire is taken from the neutral point as shown in the figure. Okay, means what? As previous case, we have found that the junction point or the common point of the three phases is grounded, but in this case, the junction point is taken as a neutral wire. Okay, taken as a neutral wire. Okay, so the area cross section of the neutral wire is generally one half of that of the line conductor. As uh, uh, as I said earlier in previous case, the volume of conducting material required or area cross section of neutral wire is generally one half that of the line conductor. Means what? Suppose line conductor having the area 4 meters square. Okay, area cross section. Then neutral wire should have 2 meters square. Okay, exactly half that of the line conductor. If the load are balanced, then the current through the neutral wire is zero. Okay, remember this point. If the loads are balanced, then the current through the neutral wire is zero, because of we have to find out the current flowing through the neutral wire similar to that of the previous case. But our first assumption, or we can say that before the deriving expression, we have to remember that if the system, if the three-phase system is balanced, then the current flowing through the neutral wire is directly considered as a zero. Okay, so assuming the balanced loads and single phase, sorry, assuming the load balance loads and of the load as cos phi. Okay, power factor is there. Okay, the power factor of the load is as considered as cos phi. Okay, so remember that the balanced load should be there, and power factor will be a cos phi. Okay, so directly we can write the line loss. Okay, means what? The I9 and I10 is same. Okay, directly we can put the value for this one, and we can find out the area cross section. Okay, so no need to waste our time to find out the expression for the I10. Okay, which is same as that of the I9. Okay, so directly line loss will be found. Okay, line loss, it will be a 2 into p square rho l divided by 3 into a10 vm square cos square phi. Okay, by rearranging that one, we will get the area cross section. A10 is equal to what? 2p square rho l divided by 3 into w into v square m into cos square phi. Okay, as the area of cross section of neutral wire is one half that of the any line conductor. So remember this point. We can directly guess about the volume of conducting material required for the neutral wire. Okay. So see over here, three line conductors are there and one phase conductors is there. Okay. So the area cross section of the neutral wire, it will be exactly half of that of the line conductors. Okay. So the volume of conducting material required for the neutral wire, it is also a half of that of the line conductor. Okay, because of length is constant, but area cross section for the line conductor and neutral wire is different, but they have definitely one relation. What is the relation between them? The area cross section of the neutral wire is exactly half of that of the line conductors. That's why the volume of conductor material required for the three-phase four-wire system, it will be found like this. Okay, so see over here, 3.5. 0.5 is why? Because means what? For the neutral wire. Okay, 0.5 for the neutral wire. So see over here, 3.5 into 18 into L. Okay, so put the value for the A10, 2p square rho L divided by 3 into W into V square cos square phi into rho, sorry, L. So simplify it, just simplify it, we will get the 7 by 3 cos square phi into p square rho L square divided by W into Vm square. Okay, so just multiplied and divide with 4, we can convert it into terms of k. Okay, so if we multiply the numerator with the 4, 7 into 4 into p square L square divided by w into v square. Okay, and 3 into 4 means what? 12. Okay, so the final simplified version for this one is what? 7 into k divided by 12 cos square phi. Okay, so simply once again the same conclusion will be drawn. Okay, the volume of conducting material required in overhead system required for this system is 7 by 12 cos square phi times that of the required for two wire DC system with one conductor earthed. Okay, yes, is it clear? Yes, yes, am I audible? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so remember these terms are very important and formulas are also very important while studying the electrical power system, whole electrical power system. If we want to study in detail, or if you want to attend any state level government jobs like MSCB and Transcode is like that, we have to remember these formulas for, because of the various MCQ will be framed on this only. Okay, so remember this point. In case of three-phase four-wire AC supply scheme, the volume of conducting material required will be a 7 by 12 cos square phi times of volume of conducting material required for the two-wire DC system with one conductor R3. Okay, so remember this point. So lastly, we will see the limitation of electrical supply system, especially AC supply system. Okay, from the last discussion, means what? From the I think 3-4 lectures back, we have studied the various supply scheme. Okay, DC system as well as AC system. Okay, but generally DC supply scheme, it is not practicable. Okay, so that's why generally we are preferred uh, AC supply scheme. Okay, so we have to see the limitation of electrical supply system. Okay, for the last discussion, from the last discussion, it might appear advisable to use the highest possible voltage for the transmission of power to save the conductor material required. Okay, however, it must be realized that high transmission voltage results in So before the starting this or at the first lecture of this unit, we have seen that what are the various advantages of AC supply system with a high voltage. Okay, means what are the various advantages of the uh, by transmitting the electrical power with a high voltage level. We have seen that increased transmission efficiency,